For generations, owning a home has been the British dream. A front door to call your own, a patch of garden, and the security of building for your future. It's more than bricks and mortar. It's about roots, family, and a sense of belonging. But today, that dream feels out of reach for many. House prices soar while wages lag behind. Saving for a deposit is like chasing a moving target. The goalposts keep shifting. The process is a minefield, endless paperwork, fees, and emotional strain. More and more, people feel priced out of the dream they've always been told to chase. So, what's the alternative? Enter the REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust. Instead of buying one property, you pool your money with others to own a slice of a vast property portfolio. REITs collect rent from tenants and pay out most profits as dividends to investors. It's like being a landlord on a massive scale, without the hassle. Meet Sarah, a dedicated teacher who's spent a decade saving for a flat. Every time she nears her deposit goal, prices jump again. Her target always just out of reach. The cycle is exhausting. Save, celebrate, then watch the market leap ahead. She questions her choices, wonders if she should move away, and feels left behind as friends get help from family. The emotional toll is real. Her dream home feels more distant than ever. For many, the finish line is a mirage, always shimmering just out of reach. The deposit dilemma leaves countless would-be buyers stuck on the sidelines. Still, Sarah tries. She gets a mortgage in principle, scours listings, and views countless flats. Each visit brings hope, then disappointment. Tiny rooms, hidden damp, noisy streets. Finally, she finds a flat she loves and makes an offer. Days of anxious waiting end in heartbreak, outbid by a cash buyer. The market is brutal. Bidding wars, rejections, and constant setbacks. The highs of hope are crushed by the lows of defeat. House hunting becomes a test of resilience, not a journey to a dream. For many, the process is soul-destroying. Sarah finally secures a flat, at a higher price, in a less-than-ideal area. Her deposit is a huge achievement, but the costs keep piling up. Solicitors' fees, surveys, service charges. Her mortgage payments are higher than her old rent, and every month is a stretch. She's now property rich, cash poor, all her savings tied up in one place. The security she craved feels fragile, dependent on never missing a payment. The reality of ownership is financial pressure, not peace of mind. For many, the dream of owning a home comes with a heavy price. But what if there's another way? REITs offer a new path to property investment. Instead of saving for years, you can invest a small amount and own a piece of many properties. REITs buy and manage everything from office blocks to warehouses, collecting rent and sharing profits. You become a part owner of prime real estate, without the stress of mortgages or repairs. No need for a huge deposit or endless paperwork. For the price of a weekend away, you can start investing in property. REITs democratize property investment, opening doors for ordinary people. It's a way to make your savings work harder, without the emotional rollercoaster. With a REIT, you can own a slice of a property empire. No estate agents, no repairs, no hassle. Just buy shares online and receive your share of the rent as dividends straight to your account. It's passive income from the property market, with potential for both regular payouts and long-term growth. When you buy a share in a REIT, you're not just investing in abstract property, you're investing in specific sectors of the market. This is where it gets interesting, because you can choose what kind of landlord you want to be. Not all REITs are the same. Some specialize in very particular types of property. You might find a REIT that focuses exclusively on owning and managing giant big box warehouses and logistics centers, which have been in huge demand thanks to the boom in online shopping. By investing in this REIT, you're essentially making a bet that online retail will continue to grow. Other REITs might focus on owning prime retail space. This could include famous shopping centres like the Bullring in Birmingham or Blue Water in Kent, or portfolios of high street shops. Investing here means you believe in the future of physical retail and that people will always want to go out to shop. There are also REITs that specialise in owning modern office buildings in major city centres, catering to large corporate tenants. Others might focus on healthcare properties like care homes and private hospitals, which benefit from our country's ageing population. You can even find REITs that own large-scale residential apartment blocks for rent. This specialization allows you to tailor your investment to what you believe in. If you think working from home is just a fad and everyone will be back in the office soon, you might choose an office-focused REIT. If you think our aging population means a greater need for modern healthcare facilities, a healthcare REIT could be for you. This contrasts sharply with buying a single home. When Sarah buys her flat, her entire investment is tied to the fate of the one-bedroom flat market in her specific town. Her financial success is completely dependent on that single asset and that single location, which is a very concentrated risk. By contrast, investing in a REIT gives you instant diversification. Even a specialised REIT will own dozens of properties across different parts of the UK. A more generalised UK REIT might own a mix of warehouses, offices, and retail parks from Aberdeen to Southampton. This spreads your risk. If the office market in London has a tough year, the booming logistics market in the Midlands might balance it out. A problem with one property, say a major tenant going bust, is just a small hiccup for the portfolio, not a personal financial disaster. It's a much safer, more balanced way to be exposed to the property market. Buying property means huge upfront costs, deposits, fees, and years of saving just to get started. With REITs, you can invest with as little as £100, no mortgage, no solicitor, no stress. REITs make property investing accessible, simple, and open to everyone. Investing in a single property means all your eggs are in one basket. One location, one asset, one big risk. With a REIT, you own a slice of hundreds of properties, spreading risk and keeping your investment safer. Plus, you can buy or sell REIT shares in seconds, unlike selling a house, which can take months. Owning a home is tangible. You can touch the walls, stand in the garden, and feel a sense of pride and security. A REIT, on the other hand, is just a line on a screen. No keys, no memories, just an investment. What matters more to you? A place to call home or financial growth? Owning property means you're in control, deciding who rents, when to sell, and how to add value. But it's hands-on, demanding your time and energy. With a REIT, you're in the passenger seat. No stress, no calls, just passive income managed by experts. Which seat would you choose? Meet David. 10 years ago, he invested his inheritance in a buy-to-let near Manchester, hoping for passive income. But rising costs, new regulations, and higher mortgage payments turned his dream into a stressful second job. Meet Chloe. 10 years ago, she inherited £40,000 and wanted to invest, but dreaded being a landlord. Instead, she chose REITs, splitting her money across 4 funds in a tax-free ISA. Today, her investment has grown to £75,000. No tenant calls, just quiet, steady growth. When we place David and Chloe's stories side by side, the differences are stark. David opted for direct control and a tangible asset. His total gain on paper is £70,000, £220,000 in value minus the £150,000 purchase price. However, this figure is deceptive. He still owes £110,000 on his mortgage, so his actual equity in the property is £110,000. His initial investment was £40,000, so his true profit before any taxes and fees is £70,000. But this has come at the cost of immense personal effort, stress, and significant unforeseen expenses along the way. His wealth is also completely illiquid, locked up in a single property. Chloe, on the other hand, chose convenience and diversification. Her initial £40,000 investment grew to £75,000, giving her a profit of £35,000. This is half the profit David made, but it's important to look closer. Chloe's investment was completely passive and stress-free. All her gains are tax-free within her ISA, whereas David would face a hefty capital gains tax bill if he sold, which could easily take £10,000 or more off his profit. Furthermore, Chloe's money is liquid. She can access it at any time. She also took on no debt, whereas David's investment is highly leveraged with a £110,000 mortgage he is still responsible for. This comparison highlights the fundamental trade-off. David's use of leverage, the mortgage, amplified his returns, leading to a larger headline profit figure. This is a key advantage of direct property investment. Borrowing money allows you to control a much larger asset and benefit from all its growth. However, it also amplified his risk and his stress. When interest rates rose, his costs soared. He was responsible for everything. His entire investment was concentrated in one house, making him vulnerable to local issues and expensive single-point failures like the boiler. Chloe's path was slower and steadier. Without leverage, her gains were more modest. But her journey was infinitely simpler and safer. Her risk was spread across hundreds of properties and managed by professionals. Her returns were protected from tax, and her capital remained accessible. Their stories show there is no single right answer. David's approach offered higher potential rewards but came with high risk and high hassle. Chloe's approach offered lower but still attractive rewards in exchange for simplicity, safety, and complete peace of mind. The smarter choice depends entirely on your appetite for risk, your desire for control, and how much you value a good night's sleep. When it comes to property, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. If you dream of a home to call your own, buying is for you. But if you want a hands-off investment, REITs are smart, accessible, and convenient. The key is knowing your goals and choosing the path that fits you best. Unsure what to do next? Start by being honest about your goals. Do you want a home of your own, or to grow your savings through property? Remember, the path to home ownership is a marathon, not a sprint. Or, if REITs appeal, research top UK options like Landsec or Segro and consider investing. Whatever you choose, taking action puts you in control of your financial future.